in your module's XML file, first include the web API's module dependency. To get started, let's proceed with the simple API. We will start with creating an interface. Interfaces are helpful for creating and managing APIs. So first thing first, go ahead and create the API directory. Then create the membership interface inside API directory. First, we need a list of available membership plans. So define the getPlans method. Every method must have a doc type declared. Create the doc type. Use mixed type when return type is array. Add a quick description for your API. This will helpful when documenting the API. Now we're gonna implement the interface. Create a model directory and then create membership model inside. Implement the membership interface. Create constant to define plan codes. First is premium plan. Then free plan constant. And finally standard plan. The method will return the collection of plans. Choose code as key. We have fields, title, description, price, workspaces, collaborators, and storage. Now create a GUI.xml file and map newly created interface with the model. Create preference node. Specify the membership interface as a for attribute value and type will be membership model. Now it's time to define our first API route. Go ahead and create webapi XML file. Webapi.xml file configures and defines the web APIs. Begin with the route node. Method and URL are its attributes. Method attributes is used to specify API method, and URL attribute is used to specify the API path. Specify the path following /v1 string. Here /v1 is must and crucial for maintaining compatibility. This is standard practice in Magento, so make sure you follow this practice when creating the API routes. The route node must define a service node. A service node is essential for defining and linking interfaces or service contracts. The value of class attribute will be path to an interface, and the method value will be a method from this interface. Then we have resources node to manage the API permission. For now, let's go with the anonymous node. This will allow unlimited access to any communicating request. Time to test our API. When making changes to web API, always flush the cache. We will use POSTMAN to test APIs. Let's create a new workplace to keep things smooth. Choose blank workspace. Specify name and description of workspace and then create it. To manage APIs, let's put them inside collection. Create a collection. Name your collection. Now add a request to start working with API. Give a name to the request. Use get method and specify the API URL. The first part of URL is base URL. Let's indicate the request type, which is REST API. Default is current or requested stored view code. Append your API path to the URL. Now send a request to check the response. A JSON response returned as expected. We can improve the response data the way we want. In this case, the result key will get trimmed in response. Now let's improve our response using an interface as a return type. This is a proper way of creating API response. Now first we need to improve the naming conventions for interfaces. Why we need it? We will discuss this in our next video. So rename membership interface to membership management interface and update its related files accordingly. Rename the interface and type. Now we need a data interface. This interface will be responsible for managing the keys and values. So go ahead and create a membership interface. This interface will manage the data using getter and setter methods. Define get title, get description, get price method. Make sure to add the doc block for every method. Now define setters, create set title method, return current instance, specify the parameter type, set description, specify the argument type. Now create the membership model and implement the membership interface and its methods. Extend from data object. This will allow us to set and get the keys for model. Let's define the keys using constant in interface class. This will make things easier for us. Like if we need to make changes to key or field name, we simply update the constant value here. Now use a constant for setter and getters. When calling setData method, specify the key in first argument and value in second. Now let's define the model mapping inside di.xml. Now open the membership management model. Inject the membership dependency. We will use factory pattern here so we can create the model instance when needed. Before we update the getPlans method, let's first create a private method getMembership, and it accepts an array item. This method will set membership data and return membership instance. Return the membership instance. Now create plans array inside the getPlans method. Set the first item of plans array, call getMembership method, and specify the membership data in argument. Do same for rest of items as well. So we get multiple items prepared. Return the plans array now. We also need to make sure the title value must be string. So replace the phraser with the string for every item. Now open the membership management interface and update the return type to membership interface. Since we are returning multiple items, so specify array. This will result in array of membership interfaces. And our final step here is to update the service interface. Now send the request again, and this returns the response managed nicely. Now we want another method where we can find an item using code. So first define the method getPlan by code. The method accepts a code argument. Declare the doc type. This will return single membership interface. Now implement the method inside membership management module. First retrieve all plans, and finally return the item matching with the provided code. Otherwise return null. Keep the method type get and specify the API path in URL attribute. We will specify the argument name starting with the colon. The parameter name should be according to the parameter specified in the method. Now specify the service class and the desired method. We will still use anonymous resource. Duplicate the request, rename it, then update the URL. We can directly specify the column value in the URL. However, we are going to specify the parameter name following the column. This will display path variable section in Postman. Specify the value. Send the request. And this returns the nice formatted result. Try with multiple values. If match not found, an empty array is returned. That's all here. In our next post, we will work with service contracts and improve the API structure.